The Legend of the Lake Toba. A long time ago, in North Sumatra, there lived poor young man in a valley. He had no parents, but the valley was beautiful, and anything he planted there grew wonderfully. He lived by farming and fishing in the river near his home. One afternoon, after working hard in the fields, he went fishing in the river. Today was not his day, and after hours of waiting, he still hadn't caught a single fish. This had never happened before. Disappointed, he pulled his rod out of the water, but just as his rod was leaving the water, as a fish bit it. He pulled it out and was very happy to see pretty little goldfish on the end of the rod. He got home, put the goldfish on the kitchen table, and ran out to get some firewood from the garden. As he went, he licked his lip and thought about the fish, how good it would taste. But when he came back, the goldfish was gone, and where it had been, there sat 3 pieces of gold. "Good evening," came a soft voice behind him. The man turned around and saw a beautiful woman standing in front of him. She had long, bright red, straight hair that went down to her knees, and she had no clothes on. The man turned red and looked at his feet. "Who are you, oh beautiful lady, and where did you come from?" he said. "Oh, because it seemed right. She had to be magical. I was the goldfish on your table, but I am no ordinary goldfish, as you can see." She played with her hair and smiled at him. "Those gold coins were my scales." The man looked at her, and then went red again and looked away. He had never seen such a beautiful woman before, and he was so lonely. Will you marry me, oh beautiful lady?" He held his breath as he waited for her answer. He knew it was a very bold question to ask. But the woman laughed. "I thought you would never ask. Believe me, it is a lonely life when you're a magical goldfish. I was waiting for someone to come and put the rod in my water, if you understand me." Now the man went as red as her hair. "Really?" "Yes, but there is one condition." Suddenly her smile disappeared, and the air in the room felt heavier. "You must never tell anyone that I was a fish. Do you understand?" "Oh, of course." The man hadn't thought of telling anyone. He didn't have any friends, and anyway, why would he tell them his beautiful wife used to be a fish? But why you can ask? "Just promise me you won't tell anyone, will you?" No, I promise." The woman smiled and clapped her hands. "Well, I suppose we are married." "Just like that?" "Yes, just like that." And just as naturally as it began, their marriage continued. They soon found that they were very similar. Although they had been lonely before, they only needed each other's company to feel happy. Soon they also had a son, who they named Samosir. Samosir grew as quickly as the flower in the ground, and at 6 years of age he was a strong and very naughty boy. One day, as usual, Samosir was being naughty. He had refused to eat his breakfast, sang loudly while his mother worked, and now he was refusing to bring his father dinner. "Why don't you do it?" she said. "Because I'm cooking dinner for you," she said. "But I don't want dinner. You will in an hour." "How do you know?" "Because you're a human, and human gets hungry at the same time every evening." "I won't get hungry. You didn't eat your breakfast today. Of course you will." "See, I wasn't hungry this morning, so I won't be hungry later." Eventually, Samosir's mother convinced him to take a box of rice and fish to his father. It was a long walk through the fields, and as he went, Samosir started to feel hungry. "I guess Mom was right," he said. "Well, I'm sure Dad won't mind if I just eat a few grains of rice." So he opened the box, and the rice looked so fresh and delicious, and the fish so hot and juicy. He ate just a little of both, but that only made him feel more hungry. So then he ate a bit more, and he realized, "Oh no, I've eaten all Dad's dinner." And that was left were the fish bones, hoping his father wouldn't notice. Samosir put the bones back in the box, rubbed it out, and continued on his way. When he found his father, he handed him the box and was about to run away, but his father was hungry too, and he immediately opened the box and saw the bone. "Samosir!" he shouted, and ran after the boy. Samosir was fast, but his father was faster. and he quickly caught the boy. Why were there only fishbone in the box? Did you eat my dinner? Samoset burst into tears and cried loudly, saying, "Oh, Dad! It was horrible. A fox attacked me and ate all the food, and said I had to keep it secret. Don't lie to me," his father shouted. His cheeks were bright red. "I'm not lying. Yes, you are, you son of a fish." And without warning he slapped Samoset across the face. Samoset gasped and his mouth fell wide open. His father had never hit him before. "I'm not a son of a fish," said Samoset. He was crying again, but this time it was real. Samoset turned and ran all the way home, and when he came in the house, he said, "Mom, am I the son of fish?" He meant it as a joke, but his mother's face turned deadly serious. "Samoset, what did you just say?" "I said, am I the son of a fish?" "They just said it to me." His mother started crying silently and put her arm around him. "He has broken his promise." "What, you really mean I'm the son of a fish?" He looked up in her face. "But you're not." But as he spoke, his mother's face turned to change. It looked smoother than before, and the light shone on it strange way. After picking out the box, Samoset's father thought about what he said. It was a joke, but then he had slapped his son. It was a stupid thing to do. It started to rain, so he ran toward the house. He could see his wife inside hugging Samoset, but just then lightning struck, and the two of them disappeared. He ran inside and looked all through the house for them, but they were gone. Where they had stood, there was a big puddle of water. He stayed up all night, walking through the fields looking for them. The rain went through and his coat, and he shook with cold, but he did not find them. When he finally gave up and went home, he found that all the gold coins in the house were gone. It was only then that he realized just what he had done. The rain continued for weeks, but the man fell into a deep depression. He lay in his bed and listened to the rain and thunder outside and cried. He did not work in the fields or catch fish, and soon the small amount of rice he had was gone. Not that it matters, because the rain was so heavy that he couldn't light a fire, and the valley started to flood. The man stayed in the house for as long as he could. Surely the rain would eventually stop, but they didn't, and finally he had to swim for his life, fighting the dancing water and heavy rain. He didn't last long thought, because he willed to live and disappear with his life and son. When the rain stopped, people came to see the lake that had formed. Although the man had no friends, some people knew about him and his strange but beautiful wife. They knew he had died alone and miserable, although they did not understand where his wife and son had gone.